Ukrainian paratroopers in Novomykhailivka, Donetsk region, repelled Russian assaults, destroying 7 Russian BMP infantry fighting vehicles, IFVs, along with their personnel, reported the 79th Separate Air Assault Brigade of the Tavria Brigade via telegram. The real portal to hell was opened by the occupiers in the Novomykhailivka district of Donetsk region, and they continue to enter it in whole columns. The footage shows the coordinated efforts of Ukrainian attack drone units and artillery. The Russians attempted another assault supported by tanks, armored vehicles, and assault groups. Ukrainian fighters countered the offensive by employing blocking minefields and anti-tank missile systems, halting the main armored forces and forcing the enemy to dismount. All Russian equipment that was immobilized was subsequently destroyed by drone operators, using both drops from attack UAVs and targeted hits from kamikaze FPVs. The surviving Russian personnel attempted to hide in an abandoned building, but Ukrainian artillery quickly targeted the location. Some of the Russians proved surprisingly resilient, managing to hide in one of the houses. But Ukrainian aviation left the invaders no chance. Earlier, aerial scouts from the 71st Separate Hunting Brigade of the Ukrainian Airborne Assault Forces reported the destruction of a large concentration of Russian troops using FPV drones. They also released footage showing the destruction of a Russian tank and an infantry fighting vehicle with FPV drones. Russia has lost 1,110 troops and 66 artillery systems in Ukraine over the past day, Kiev's armed forces said on Monday, after Moscow said its troops had taken 2 more villages in the east of the war-torn country. Russia has sustained a total of 543,810 casualties, referring to soldiers both killed and injured in Ukraine since February 2022, Ukraine's military said in an update posted to social media. Moscow has lost just under 14,600 artillery systems since the Kremlin launched its full-scale invasion more than 2 years ago, according to Kiev's statistics. Ukraine's general staff also said on Monday that Russia had lost 115 vehicles of varying types since early on Sunday, including 19 tanks and 26 armored personnel vehicles. Casualty counts and battlefield losses are murky during active conflicts, and experts urge caution when dealing with tallies offered up by either party in a war. The British government estimated in late May that Russia's total casualties had likely reached 500,000. Throughout May 2024, Moscow's average daily casualty count stood at more than 200, the UK Defense Ministry said, marking the highest average number of daily losses for Russia of the full-scale war. Russia was still plugging away with recruitment efforts to replenish the ranks hit by Moscow's ongoing attritional offensive across hundreds of miles of front lines, the UK government added at the time. Ukraine's army has retreated from a neighborhood in the outskirts of Chasiv Yar, a strategically important town in the eastern Donetsk region that has been reduced to rubble under a months-long Russian assault, a military spokesperson said Thursday. Chasiv Yar is a short distance west of Bakhmut, which was captured by Russia last year after a bitter 10-month battle. For months, Russian forces have focused on capturing Chasiv Yar, a town which occupies an elevated location. Its fall would put nearby cities in jeopardy, compromise critical Ukrainian supply routes, and bring Russia closer to its stated aim of seizing the entire Donetsk region. The Ukrainian army retreated from a northeastern neighborhood in the town, Nazar Voloshin, the spokesperson for the Khortytsia Ground Forces Formation, told the Associated Press in a written message Thursday. Ukraine's defensive positions in the town were destroyed, he said, adding that there was a threat of serious casualties if troops remained in the area, and that Russia did not leave a single intact building. Months of relentless Russian artillery strikes have devastated Chasiv Yar, with homes and municipal offices charred, and a town that once had a population of 12,000 has been left deserted. Oleh Shiryayev, commander of the 255 Assault Battalion, which has been based in the area for 6 months, said after Russian troops captured the neighborhood, they burned every building not already destroyed by shelling. Shiryayev said Russia is deploying scorched earth tactics in an attempt to destroy anything which could be used as a military position in a bid to force troops to retreat. I regret that we are gradually losing territory, he said, speaking by phone from the Chasiv Yar area, but added, we cannot hold what is ruined. Russian troops outnumber Ukrainians 10-1 in the area, but Shiryayev suggested that, even with that ratio, they have not been able to make significant progress in the past 6 months of active fighting.
По готовности 4 снаряда огонь, перекат.
Выстрел!